Ever since decisions were given to women, they've made bad decisions.
When there was 9/11, America could not find Osama bin Laden.
Israel is getting help by America.
We're the only sane ones in the Middle East, and we're surrounded by groups who could anytime turn on you. I'm saying on the United States.
Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill, we all know what that means. So if you're gonna go on Netflix and chill, just remember, men have post-nut syndrome. Why? Because a woman needs guidance. And I know it sounds bad, but at the end of the day, every home needs a man. These three things will change your fucking dating career.
Well, guys, I found one, and I can't help but really make fun of the absurdity of 9/11 and post-nut clarity being posted side by side on someone's timeline, all while trying to be taken seriously. You probably haven't heard of this little rascal, as I hadn't until TikTok graced me with his presence, as he has a rather small following for a guy with almost 500 shorts on YouTube and quadruple that on TikTok. Sure, he may upload the same video dick riding Israel 7 or 8 times in a year, but that's still another crack at that sweet, sweet algorithm. Let's talk about King Azoulay, or Royal Educator, as he calls himself on YouTube. But before we get into this, please make sure to like the video, as after 3 months of not posting from moving and other shitty things happening in my life, the YouTube gods are angry at me, so I'm not getting very much play in the algorithm right now. Seriously, liking the video guarantees it gets pushed to more people, and it would mean the absolute world to me and everyone here at Nosy Unlimited. And if you're new, please make sure to subscribe so you can find your way back. This happens to be your first video here on the channel. Alright, let's laugh at stupid. Ben Azoulay, or Royal Educator, is primarily a TikToker with over 300,000 subscribers, and his bio reads, "Time to take what's ours," and I am sure that it is supposed to sound exactly as bad as it does, as at the end of the day, this guy is absolutely another clout-chasing moron letting steroids rot his brain and shrink his cock, with hundreds of videos posted talking about topics from dating, 9/11, how based Zionism is, and how wrong it is for women to do OnlyFans. The only thing it seems he has never spoken about is actually pleasing a woman. Azoulay decided that the best way to separate himself from the rest of the alpha male slop creators was to champion his circumcision and genocide.
When I was 8 days old, when we had the circumcision, when I got circumcised, I would say do it. I don't know if you guys understand, but if the people at home don't understand, it's much more sterile, it's much more cleaner, it's better, because anytime a man urinates or anything comes out, it is what it is. It will still leak a little bit even after you use the bathroom. And when you urine and it's closed, you get infection because it's not clean. But when it's open, it will touch pretty much your underwear.
Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but it is absolutely not true that an uncut wiener is any less sanitary than those that are. And my man should probably see a urologist about that leaky bladder he's got going on. Is it just me that can only hold my piss? I hope not, boys. Let me know in the comments.
What the fuck do you guys know about Palestine? We send them money. We send them love. We send them concrete. We send them food. We take people from Palestine, bring them to Israel, educate them on how to be a doctor so they can help their people. And they send us missiles. I'm Israeli, been in the military, done some crazy shit in my life. Now let me tell you, we have a button that with one button, we can get rid of Palestine. There is no Gaza. There is no Palestinians. There's nothing.
There is currently a famine within Gaza due to Israel's blockade stopping quite literally anything from getting into this concentration camp. Greta Thunberg was literally arrested, I believe last week or the week before, my time's all running together, for trying to deliver aid through the, I can't remember the name of the sea there, but through the sea. They were coming in by boat and they were taken hostage by the IDF. Greta Thunberg was released. Whole different story. I'm sure you've heard about it. Let's get back on topic though. The only thing that the IDF is allowing into Gaza is bombs and bullets fired by the Israeli offensive forces, with on average 40 children being killed daily for just trying to exist, though the Israeli government would tell you they are terrorists. Azoulay here really seems to be some kind of plant, as it is the only way that these asinine takes make any form of sense. It's actually happened. According to this hog, it is alpha to commit genocide, once again claiming that Israel is somehow defending itself as unarmed women and children are slaughtered by a standing military, one that this cuck was a member of. I bet Gila Klein absolutely loves this guy. Look out, Ethan.
Yo, King, you know what happened with Trump?
No, what happened?
Trump just got banned from the US election in the Colorado state.
Are you fucking kidding me? Unbelievable. The only one hope that we have for United States of America to literally save the whole fucking world from going into World War III is about to be gone. This is the worst news you could possibly get. Trump is the only leader nowadays that could go into office and fix all the problems that we have with Russia, with China, with Ukraine, with Israel, the Middle East, the fucking shit that's happening at the moment. This is fucking bad news, man.
I'd say this clip aged pretty poorly, as Donald Trump is slowly dragging America into the Israel-Iran conflict, which quite literally would not have happened at all without Trump ripping up the Iranian agreement during his first term. But there is also Azoulay's god-awful acting in this clip, so even if he was right, it would still be absurdly cringe. Oh, and as of last night, Trump wants Putin to lead the negotiations between Israel and Iran. So, what is going on here? The whole world has gone absolutely mad.
Men are so upset with women because they're doing OnlyFans and all that BS. You should be upset with yourself. You guys are the reason that they're doing OnlyFans, that they're doing porn, that they're posting photos that are half naked or naked, because you're the ones giving the likes. You're the ones putting those comments. You're the guys that are paying for it. If it wasn't for the guys and you guys all stood up, believe me, they wouldn't be doing it.
Now, this take isn't wrong per se, but I've got to ask, who cares? I mean, really, who cares what other people spend their money on? I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a minute, but this is Frey and this is Beck. Both of these gorgeous women are my girlfriends, as well as each other's. We live together. I bring this up as they both make the very kind of content Azoulay is complaining about, though this honestly isn't even where they make the lion's share of their money. Thanks to toxic masculinity, most men are anti-therapy, which leads to horrendous worldviews like Azoulay's. And when you add in the fact that most men cannot afford to literally buy a girlfriend, like we know other supposed alphas like Wes Watson, or don't just traffic women like the Tate brothers, they find themselves turning to women like my partners to become de facto therapists. Sure, they are therapists that you also get booby photos from, but at the end of the day, this service is provided in a way to positively impact these men and some women's lives for the better, as it helps them develop positive behavior towards women. They also unlearn toxic and abusive behavior they may have picked up in their past, hopefully making the world a better place for everyone, as well as happier lives for the very men that pay the excess fees to have access to a Google Voice phone number from one of my partners, or both they really want to dish out. This means that with just the women that I literally share my bed with, women are already doing more good for men than our boy royal educator here.
Ladies, 3 biggest mistakes you guys make when meeting a new guy. Number 1, you don't text back and you don't answer calls. You play too hard to get, and men can read on that shit and they just go on to the next one.
I'd say my biggest takeaway from this clip is that Azoulay really can't even get a woman to talk to him, as I am still involved in the dating market, and though it is absolutely a travesty how horrendous it has become, getting calls or texts from women is certainly not an issue unless you have no respect for them, I suppose. Come to think of it, weirdly enough, in all of this guy's videos, we've actually not seen him with a single woman in the same room as him in any video. Strange.
Number 2, meeting with him for the first, second, third date and talking about your exes and how you've been traumatized and how much you hate life and you're depressed. Even if you are, let him find you more emotionally attractive until you start opening up about the things that you're unhappy about.
Alright, look, I'm gonna be real for a minute here once again. When Frey and I met over a decade ago for our first date, it was actually planned as a hookup, and we ended up getting married 6 years later. What was supposed to be quite literally a Netflix and chill turned into 4 days together, sharing the traumas of past relationships and goals for the future. From the door, we invested into knowing each other and making sure that we did in fact want the same things in life. Ben Azoulay and I are essentially the same age. Yet this alpha male is not only single, but not even been seen with a woman. He thinks he is some kind of authority to speak on women and relationships, yet cannot foster one of his own. Of course, this is a common grift, and he's banking on rented cars and steroids to sell an image. It's just absurd to me that none of these impressionable young men can see through this shit.
And number 3, Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill, we all know what that means. So if you're gonna go on Netflix and chill, just remember, men have post-nut syndrome. They might just never talk to you again if it happens too quick. Take your time, and I guarantee you, these 3 things will change your fucking dating career.
And there it is, right? Okay, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, as you clearly like my content. But until next time, free Palestine and leave me alone.